Okay, hopefully you guys can hear me still okay and you can see these slides. Let me know if you can see those all right in the comments below. But we're going to hit this right now, man. 10 ways to make money with your music, how I make over $4,000 per month selling music online, and how to build a fan base from scratch. Are you guys ready to go? Let's go. At the end of this, I'm going to offer you guys my training, Launching Your Career as an Artist, and how valuable it can be to your music career. I'm also going to show you how you can get 6 months free of Fanbase University, which is my monthly coaching program. I wanted to show you guys this. This is a screenshot just from a week or two ago of my TuneCore account. And this is where I get paid for all my digital sales, my online, my streaming. And as you can see there, I've made about $176,000 as an independent artist, okay? That's without a record label, guys, okay? No record label. And that's one of the big myths I want to bust right now is you don't have to have a record label and you don't have to be a household name. A lot of you have probably never even heard of Manifest before, but look at the left there, right underneath sales. You see releases, and then you see songs. That works out to be about $100,000. But look at streams, man. Streams have not even been haven't been around as long, but it's about 75,000, 18 million streams. Streams are going to pass sales of albums and singles, okay? Mark my words. We don't even have to get people to buy it anymore. We just got to get them to listen to it and to stream it, and we get paid. Piracy is gone. As you can see below there on the months there, you can see how I'm making about $3,000 to $3,500 a month depending on the month, and that's not even all my records back. And that's as an independent artist, and that does not include syncs. That does not include YouTube. It does not include SoundCloud, okay? So there's so many income streams that you can make money with your music with, which I'm going to go into, but I just wanted to show you that, okay? But I didn't start there. I didn't start here either in the studio with 3 Days Grace and Papa Roach at the same studio where they record their albums. I didn't start working with my hero Adam Messenger, who's done Magic and Bieber and all these huge artists, or with POD's studio. This is where I started. I started as a little punk kid trying to rap. That's me in the gray shirt. As you can see, not even everybody's paying attention. There's a dude that's turned away, and I don't even know what my buddy to the right is doing. He's not even looking at the people he's singing or rapping. And, just trying to figure it out. Just hadn't figured it out. And maybe you don't have it figured out either, but you know what? You're willing to step out. You're willing to learn. You're willing to put your music out there and jump on that stage anyway. The biggest obstacle we have to overcome as artists is self-doubt and fear. I don't know if you've ever had this question, plague your mind is like, can I really do this? Should I really do this? And I just want to encourage you, man. Fear is always the loudest when you're trying to do something great. Fear is always the loudest when you're trying to step out of a crowd, when you're trying to upload another YouTube video or go to another open mic or just put yourself out there. And I want to encourage you. Take action and do it anyways. Don't let the haters, don't let, mom's basement at, 45gmail.com tell you, you can't do this. Don't listen to the haters and don't hold back, okay? I didn't hold back. I was the worst singer, the worst rapper out of all of my friends, but I didn't quit. And I want to encourage you not to quit either. There's so many times I've wanted to quit, but if I quit, I wouldn't have met this amazing girl here who is my girlfriend, who's now my wife, and she was a designer. And I know she really loved me because when she met me, I was terrible at rapping and singing, but she helped me to put together my first EP, which I did this EP here in 2001. That's over 16 years ago, and this thing still makes me money. I love skateboarding, so we took the shots at the skateboard park. It was a 5-song EP, okay? And the key is, guys, is just get started. Do a single. Do a 3-song EP, do a 4-song EP, I don't care. What I tell the new artists is don't worry about doing a whole album for your first thing, man. Nobody's even heard of you. Get a single out there, then get another single out there, then do an EP, and promote that EP, tour that EP, play shows, promote it online, then do a second EP, and then put them together and make an album with bonus songs. That's what I always tell artists to do. Don't waste all your time and money trying to do this one big album, and I want to do a big splash. No, get marketing now, get in the game now. Okay? After this, I ended up eventually getting signed to a record label, okay? And this was the first album I released with Tooth and Nail Records, and I thought I was going to be a rock rap star overnight. I quit my job too soon. I went $30,000 in debt, and I was broke on the road trying to figure it out because I just thought, oh, well, I'm signed to a label. They're going to do all the work. Wrong. I was just about to quit. I was going back to my old IT job, and then I'll tell you what happened. I got a call from the label, and they said, Chris, you're selling records in Japan. I'm like, what does that mean? They're like, well, you sold 10,000 in the first week. And this is me in Tower Records in Japan. There's only Tower Records doesn't exist anymore. You should watch the documentary on Netflix. But the only place they still exist is in Japan. And this is me in Japan. I used to have these big billboards in there, and I've had some pretty massive releases. Got to tour there. Did tours with Geki Rock, which is a big rock magazine out there. I've been on their cover of their magazine. I've been featured in tons of magazines out there. Got to take my wife out there, my full band. Got to do songs with this guy named Koi, who's in a band named Crossfaith that used to be smaller than me, and now they're even bigger than me. So I just want to say this. Look, I might be your teacher and your coach right now, but my goal is to get to the point where you're even bigger than me. Maybe I'm opening up for you instead. It can happen because it happened right here. I put this guy on, and now I would be asking him favors to put me on. It's real, guys, and that's why I want to encourage you and pump you up. The biggest thing we got to overcome is fear and self-doubt. Don't listen to that voice, I can't, because you can. This is me in Russia with my boys. We went to China. That's me at the Great Wall. Got to tour there. That's a crazy story, another story in itself. Got to open up for Flyleaf and POD. This is like a dream come true for me. And got to start putting out my own merch. You know, my own stickers and CDs. And I even did a book called Fighter, which I encourage every musician to read. It's called Fighter, 5 Keys to Conquering Fear and Reaching Your Dreams. It will inspire you. Let's keep moving on. I released crazy USB keys. Again, I love skateboarding, so I made a USB skateboard, and my fans loved it. You know, we just did a paint can because we did this, spray paint can kind of to do this kind of hip-hop thing, It says danger, contents contains hip-hop and rock music, will inspire upon contact. Just having fun with it. Wait till you see the one we're going to do for my next album. I can't wait. But let's jump into it. I just showed you that stuff, not to brag, but just to say what's possible, and that I was where you are. I know what it's like to just want to get out there, be heard, and make a living with my music, and that's what I want to show you how to do. I'm going to show you the 10 ways to make money with your music, and the number one first way is you got to have music for sale. You have to have it available. You can't make money. You can't make streaming money or download sales if you don't have it for sale, and that's why you got to use either CD Baby or TuneCore. There's also DistroKid. There's tons of other ones, but I recommend CD Baby or TuneCore, okay? I actually personally use TuneCore. Both companies are great to get your music on iTunes, Amazon, Spotify, Google Play, to monetize it on YouTube. I'll get into that in a second. But man, I get this question all the time. TuneCore versus CD Baby. Which one? Should I use this one, that one? I don't care. I just want you to get started. Get your music up there. You see, artists, we don't have problems making it. We have problems making it available and then marketing it. So just get in the game, guys. Just get in the game. Number 2 is touring, playing shows. The very first show I played, I actually got paid, and that was by a church, believe it or not. And so if churches can pay you money, you better believe bars, cafes, colleges, universities, they have money to pay artists. And you'd be surprised, as a new artist, you can start getting paid $100, $150, $200, $300, $500, up to $1,000 for like an unknown band artist. You just got to put yourself out there and ask. But touring is the number one way artists, musicians make money, playing live. Entertaining people, it's never going to go away. It's been around since biblical times, okay? Performing music live. So you need to get out there. Start playing for free. And then build your EPK, which I talk about in Fanbase University, why it's so important to make a promo video so that you can book more shows. I teach that in my training. I'm going on tour shortly with Adelitas Way. If you're in one of these cities, please come and visit me. I'd love to meet you guys. And again, I am a real artist. The difference between me and other people teaching is I live this every day. Number 3, sponsorships. When I go on tour, man, we get sponsors sometimes, whether that's clothes, whether that's the form of payment, whether that's like this, World Vision. World Vision is an amazing nonprofit organization that provides shelter and food for children. So why not connect your heart with your wallet? Instead of them wasting their money on TV advertising and radio advertising, which gives a really poor ROI, they've realized to partner with artists. And so a lot of artists share World Vision's story and offer the opportunity for people to sponsor a child. And when you get a child sponsor, they give you a portion of the money. Okay, and so it's a way better spend for them. Some people are controversial about it, but I think it's awesome. There's tons of other companies like this as well. This is just one of them, wvartists.org. And I just want to say this. If you've got any distractions going on right now, turn them off. Turn your phone off, unless you're watching it on your phone. Have your pen and pad and pay attention, because I'm giving you guys some serious value bombs here. Number 4, I showed you this picture earlier, merchandise, but you couple this with touring, okay? And you can make a ton of money and a living as an artist. This is how we survive, okay? Is having shirts, having hoodies, having CDs, stickers, posters to sign. You know, some people will say that we're not in the music business, we're in the souvenir selling business. You know, so people just want to have a piece of the night and just remember what happened, okay, when you're performing. And this is the thing too, is I just want to go back, is like, look, touring drives streaming sales, okay, online. Touring drives merchandise sales. Touring allows you to get sponsorships. So now you can see how important it is to get out on the road. And you're saying, oh, Chris, I don't know how to get on the road. Play for free. Go to open mics. Buy onto tours. I teach this stuff. Number 5, YouTube. YouTube, and the dirty secret about YouTube is it's not about your channel. It's about other people's channels. This is not my video. This is somebody else's video of all these crazy pit bulls doing all these tricks and gnarly stunts. But it just happens to have my song behind it. So because I've set up with TuneCore's publishing or CD Baby Pro, the Content ID system claims that video, and I get paid a percentage from the ads that are played in front of this video, and I make money. My one song has been uploaded over 9,000 times to YouTube and other people's videos, and I'm making money on all 9,000 videos. That's the multiplication and the secret sauce about YouTube, and this is what labels don't want you to know, and this is what a lot of artists don't realize, okay? The multiplication factor with YouTube, it is so powerful. Number 6, and we're talking about the 10 ways to make money with your music here. Sound Exchange, man. And Sound Exchange is a nonprofit company that collects, well, I don't know if they're nonprofit or not, but they work on artists' behalf to collect your digital internet royalties from radio. So that's like Sirius XM, Octane station, you know, your satellite radio and internet radio stations. There's royalties, and these are different. This is different than, you know, your BMI or ASCAP or CSAC, or if you're in Canada, SOCAN, okay? It's different than that, okay? So you want to register your songs here as well. Number 7, man, TV, film, video games. Okay, this is a website called musicsupervisor.com where you can upload your music, and people like music supervisors that are looking to place your music in film and video games and TV shows are looking for stuff. And it's not about having a huge radio hit. It could be a song recorded in your bedroom basement studio, okay? Tons of independent artists are crushing it with TV and film. The question is, are you making it available? CD Baby and TuneCore also provide a similar service like this, and you can actually have it in both places without it conflicting. Number 8, teaching. Have you ever thought to teach? No, because you probably devalue what you know. That's what most of us do. That's what I do. You know, I know all this stuff about the music industry. I've been doing this for like, I don't know how many years now, over 15, 16 years, and I've learned some stuff, and I realized, man, like I can help other artists. Well, you can help another artist. You just have to be a little bit better than the next person. That's what defines an expert. Maybe you can teach guitar, drums. I know a lot of bands that, like, when they're home from tour, they have they teach drum lessons and stuff. Maybe do it on the road. Do a Skype lessons. I know a lot of different artists that do this, okay? Number 9, collaborations, features, and work for hire. So obviously you can be a studio session musician and you can get paid to play. You can also be just a songwriter. You know, it's a lot of my buddies, they just write songs and they pitch them to really big artists to cut. You know, sometimes I'll get brought a song that's already been written, and so that person that wrote it, I'm the one who's going to cut it, and I'm one of the ones who's going to tour it, and they just get to sit back at home and collect all the royalties for it. That's why I really encourage you, especially if you're still young, it doesn't really matter how old you are, but that's why producing and songwriting is such a lucrative business to get into. Sometimes us as artists, sure, we get the glory, we get the stage, but we're the ones that got to tour our butts around the world and go to the radio interviews and do all the hard work. If you're a producer, songwriter, you just get to work from your home or travel to different writing sessions and let the artists tour and make money for you. Something you want to consider. The last thing I'll just say is collaborations. Once you've built your brand to a certain state and size, people are going to want you featured on the song. I've paid for features, and I've also been paid. And you can get paid a lot of money for features. I charge anywhere from $2,000 to $4,000 just for a 16 bar or for a chorus or something like that. 10, SoundCloud. SoundCloud is finally paying us. Oh my gosh, they're finally paying us. Can you believe it? I went to ASCAP Expo and I found out about this, but you got to be able to monetize it, and you got to use Repost Network to do that. Okay, finally got my first check from them. Oh my gosh, they finally paid me. It's not a lot. It's $120, but it's a start. Okay, SoundCloud's not my biggest thing, but maybe it is for you. But if you don't have it monetized with Repost Network, it's not going to help you very much. So those are the 10 ways to make money with your music that adds up to way over $4,000 a month selling music online. When you couple that with touring and all that stuff, man, it is powerful. Get your pens and your pads, and if you guys are enjoying this, give me some yeses in the comments. I want to go over how to build a fan base from scratch. And it doesn't matter where you are as an artist, this is going to help you, because a lot of artists don't do this, and the key thing to this is to decide on a genre, whether it's hip-hop, rock, country. I don't care if it's rock rap or if it's a mix of two. When someone asks you, what type of music do you play, you've got to say something. When they say it to me, I say I make a hybrid between rock and hip-hop. It's got a bit of rock rap with big choruses, with a lot more singing, with elements of hip-hop, I'll say, or rapping or something like that, okay? Write down who are some similar artists to you. Who would you compare yourself to? I get called sometimes, I get compared to Linkin Park, POD, 3 Days Grace, Sometimes they'll say Hollywood Undead. Sometimes Linkin Park meets Eminem. Who would you say? Bruno Mars? Taylor Swift? Make a list of artists right now, okay? Comparisons aren't bad, guys. They help tell people what you sound like. I know an artist is super green, and that's why I made those text green there. I know an artist is green when they say, oh, I sound like nothing you've ever heard before. You just got to listen to it. I'm like, oh my gosh, you are so, not helping your career by doing this. You got to give someone something to go by. What do I mean? Well, I sound like Linkin Park meets I sound like Linkin Park meets Eminem. Oh, cool. I'm a male version of Rihanna with rapping in. Oh, that sounds cool. I'm kind of like Bruno Mars times Beatles, okay? Kind of like an old vintage twist, Heavier version of Madonna meets Mumford & Sons. That would be weird. I'm a dirty pop version of Johnny Cash with a punk rock twist. Give someone a cool metaphor so they're like, oh, sick. That sounds cool. I want to hear that. That sounds really neat, as opposed to, I sound like nothing you've ever heard. Come on, man. This is the thing I want to teach you guys. Once you've done that, and why I did that is because we need to focus. You need to know what you sound like so that we know who to market you from. Because if we're building from scratch, we need to tap into other artists' fan base. You don't want to just market to the whole world. That's why I'm getting you to do this exercise to say, hey, who do you sound like? Who are the artists? Is it Linkin Park? Is it Eminem? Is it Rihanna? Is it someone completely different? Who is it? Is it, Steve Aoki? Who is it? Because we're going to try and tap into those fans, and that's why social media is so freaking powerful. So I'm going to switch over to my Facebook screen right now, and I'm going to show you how to boost a post and boost your music to new fans so that they can find you. We can do this on Instagram, we can do this on YouTube, and I teach all this stuff, and it's freaking amazing. But I want to go and show you how to do this right now. Okay, let me switch over here to my Safari, and I'm on my Facebook page here. And basically what I did last night is I posted this Facebook post of this music video, okay? And I love posting music videos. You can post lyric videos. You can post and what I mean by lyric videos, like I mean like lyric card videos, okay? Like I have these different lyric cards that I've made, right? And it's cool to post a lyric card and those get shared and they do really well. You basically just take some, the main parts out of your lyrics and put it with a photo, but you want to take it one more step and you want to put it in iMovie and you want to put music behind it so that when you upload it to Facebook, not only do they see the card, but they hear the music. Because remember, we're not just trying to we're not going to build a fan base with just visuals. Like, sure, that helps in having cool visuals, but people want to hear your music, okay? And so I always upload videos to Facebook because they get a way better return than just posting the YouTube video. So I'm just going to say, for instance, I'm going to scroll down here. Let's pretend this was a video or music video. It's just a photo. But say this was a music video and I want more fans to see it, okay? Well, I'm going to click Boost Post. And again, I'm brand new, but I created this video and it's got my music behind it and I want to make new fans, okay? And I already said that, people will find me similar to Linkin Park. And so I'm going to create a new audience here on Facebook. And I just clicked Created New and I'm going to type Linkin Park fans, okay? And I know that most of my fans are men, and so I'm just going to go with that and just do males. And I'm also know that my age is about, it normally maxes out at about 35. So, I'm just going to keep it like that, 18 to 35. I only want to focus on the United States because that's where I tour. If I wanted to, I could add Canada in here and I could find fans in Germany. But you know what? To be honest, I don't want to focus on there. I just want to focus on one country where I tour the most because that's where I want to build my fan base. And if you notice, I'm focusing here. I'm not putting Australia. I'm not putting the UK. I'm not putting a dozen of them in there. I'm focusing, okay? And then I'm going to scroll down here. And you see this interests here, okay? I can type any band I want in here. I could type Eminem. I could type Linkin Park. Oh, is it going to find it? There it is, Linkin Park. Okay, and now when I click Save, okay, because I get compared to Eminem and Linkin Park, now I've created a new audience called Linkin Park fans. So now I can choose my budget, and I don't want it to run on Instagram because I find it's not a very good investment or return on investment with Instagram. I prefer to just keep it on Facebook because I feel like people spend more money there and they're more focused there. And then I can spend whatever budget I want. Say I want to spend $16. Put $16 budget. That's going to put this video, pretend this is a video, in front of 2,800 to 7,500 people. Guys, that is amazing. I'm literally spending $16 to have my music be in front of new fans. There is no excuse for us as independent artists to market our music and get it to new fans. It's freaking incredible. Come on, man. That is so amazing that we can do that now. The only other ways you could do that is if you're going to follow these bands around the country and maybe stand outside, while people are lining up for the show. So I can click Boost on this, and guess what? It puts my music in front of new fans. I do this all the time to the ones that are really doing good. Like this one just reached 21,000 or 18,000 people organic, and I paid and I got 3,000 people here. I boost post all the time. Why? Because I want to grow my fan base. I want people to do this. And this is how you can do it from scratch, okay? So powerful. You can do this on YouTube. You can do this on Facebook. And it's so powerful, okay? And so I've taught you guys, how to make money with your music. I've taught you how you can build a fan base from scratch. And it's just creating, guys. You're a creator. I'm a creator. Just get out there and get started. But I've just kind of shown you some of the tips and some of the things that are possible. There's so much more that is possible. And that's why I train you guys. That's why I offer courses, and that's why I offer my coaching program, which I want to share with you. And that's why I want to help you build your fan base further. If you liked that stuff, then I want to invite you to join my program called Launching Your Career as an Artist, which is the nuts and bolts. It's the complete college university course, everything that I've learned over my 15 plus years in this industry, all in this one course. Module 1 talks about overcoming fear and bringing your dream to life. You got to stop caring what other people think. You've got to fail as fast as you can so that you can move and keep going. And guys, you've got to stay committed. And if you're on this webinar, I already know that you're, part of the 10%, of artists that actually want to succeed. The other 90%, they don't want to grow. And so they end up failing, and they don't educate themselves, and they don't invest in their career. Module 2, I talk about focusing on a genre and building a killer brand. I go into choosing your artist name, how you can build a brand from one idea. I go way deeper into this. And if I had to start from scratch, what would I do? Module 3, I talk about hit songwriting success strategies. Whether you're a newbie, whether you've written 10, 20, 50, you will learn something. This is like a songwriting course inside of one module. I cover song structures, writing verses, choruses. I give you all my Grammy Award-winning songwriting techniques from working with some of these hit producers that I showed you those photos earlier of me in the studio. And why songwriting equals Swiss dollars, which is sales while I sleep soundly. You want to make more money with your music? Write more songs. Get more songs available online and market them. And I show you how to set up your creative studio space and why it's so important, guys, to hire a producer. I cover mixing. I cover mastering. I cover setting up your studio space so that you can create and really be you. And of course, so important, as I talked about in the 10 ways to make money with your music, Module 5 says how to get paid and how to book and get paid for shows, how to book the shows, how to promote shows as an independent artist, how to prepare for the live show, how to win over the audience every time, and how to sell from stage. And there's a bonus lesson in there. I give you my $10,000 a month touring strategy, and I also give you guys the email templates, the cold email templates on what to send, and I also give you the contract so that you can contract the show so that you can get a deposit. I show you exactly how to do it from A to B, okay? Module 6, of course I'm not going to leave you hanging. I'm going to give you Fan Base Factory, how to build a loyal fan base of super fans, okay? We go even deeper with Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, okay? I give you all the strategies that you need, deep dive, to build your fan base. Again, I love focusing, but I don't know which one that you want to focus on. All of them are great, okay? To be honest, I'd probably choose Facebook or YouTube as my number one, and then Instagram, and then probably Twitter last. But Twitter is super powerful, and there's some really awesome things you can jump on, like hashtags and trends. As a bonus, I want to give you guys the deep dive of how I make over $4,000 a month selling music online, okay? We go way deeper on how you can do the same. It's not a get-rich-quick course. I give you monthly income report breakdowns. I give you the mental triggers of what causes people to purchase or stream your music. I really debunk the myth of why you don't have to be a household name, and I give you action steps at the end of every module. Module 2, I show you how to get started selling music online. Top secret key to selling tons of music, which is the catalog, sales versus streaming, how to create videos with my music and upload them to YouTube, and how to monetize your music on YouTube the right way. Also, YouTube secrets, from annotations to tagging to my 1-cent YouTube ads campaign strategy to promote your music videos or your lyric videos. It's probably one of the favorite parts in the course. Everybody loves that, and you're getting that for free, okay? Plus, you're going to get the streaming and royalties module, which is Get Your Money Now, how to verify your account on Spotify. I give you Spotify playlist strategies and how to promote them. And of course, if you see at the bottom there, how to get your music featured on iTunes. You can do this as an independent artist. One more bonus I want to give you here is YouTube Marketing Mastery. I want to give you a deep dive course into YouTube because I freaking love it. And like I said, the dirty secret is it's not about your channel. It's about engaging fans and getting your music up out there and people using your music, giving it away for free. And that's the thing. You can't focus on just trying to make money right away. You just want to get it out there. So I cover how to monetize your videos, how to create eye-catching thumbnails, how to increase your YouTube subscribers, and giving you a YouTube content strategy. That is so important. So you're getting launching your career as an artist, how I make over $4,000 a month selling music online, and YouTube Marketing Mastery for musicians. This is normally $2,588. Today, when you guys enroll today, it's only $997. Only $1,000, guys. If you just do a quarter of what I teach you in these courses, you will earn your money back 10 times that amount, and the knowledge that you will use to take this. Look, I've been doing this for 16 years. I'm going to give you all the tools and everything I've used to have a successful career. Okay, this is just, me wanting to help you. I do music full time. That's my main income. There's also the option where you can do 10 monthly payments of only $100, because you guys asked me to break it out just to kind of make it, because I realize not everybody has $1,000 right now. Well, hey, $100 a month. Okay, and then that way it breaks it out a little bit easier for you guys. Okay, that's only $2.70 a day. Only $2.70 a day, guys. You would not miss that from your bank account. You could find that on the ground. I really encourage you to invest in this so that you guys can get the bonuses. Like I said, if you just do 1/10 of this stuff that I teach you, you will 10x your income and you will launch your career as an artist. And as a bonus, like I said, if you enroll today, I'm going to give you 6 months of Fanbase University for free. That's my coaching program that I normally charge $40 a month. You get 2 monthly coaching calls with me on the 12th and the 24th of every month. I get on the phone with you guys for an hour. I coach you. I take your questions, and you also get access to an Ask Anything forum. Plus, there's a ton more training inside of Fanbase University. I'm giving you that for free when you sign up. And I just want to say, it's also got the musician makeover video training in there. It's got the backstage pass, behind the scenes video training into my business. So I show you even more behind the scenes into my business, interviews with industry professionals, and again, the Ask Me Anything forum. Okay, so that's free when you sign up for launching your career as an artist. And just so you know, you have lifetime access to those courses. You have lifetime access to launching your career as an artist, how I make over $4,000 a month selling music online, and YouTube marketing mastery, plus 6 months free of Fanbase University. Only $1,000, guys. I paid $900 for my coach. And I remember being in the condo with my wife and just being like, man, I need help. It's like I reached out to these people. I want help. And, they helped me a little bit. But then, it costs money to go deeper. And that's the thing. It just costs money to go deeper, guys. But man, I was scared, but I did it and I committed and it changed my life. And I wish I did it sooner, because I would have been even further in my career if I got help sooner. And that's why I want to encourage you, get the coaching, get the help. I only want to, artists in here, though, that are committed. If you're not serious about making music a full-time career right now, then maybe this isn't for you, and that's totally okay. I want action takers that are going to use what I teach them. Let someone else join if you don't going to take action, because I don't have a refund policy, because this is a digital product and I give you guys world-class training. That is my promise to you guys. And I know this isn't the cheapest thing in the world. This is an expensive course, but check this out. Let's fast forward 6 months from now. You've joined the course and you've gotten the training and you've taken action. And number one, you've got a bigger fan base now. You're making more music 6 months from now. You're playing more shows, you're touring, and you're a better, confident songwriter. Let's just imagine that where you'll be from working with me for 6 months. Again, if you would divide 997 by 365, that's only $2.70 a day, guys. That's worth the investment. That's compared, if we compare that to the feeling of having a bigger fan base, knowing people are hearing your music and connecting with you, and you're changing lives, making more money with your music. You actually have an income stream because you're building an asset with music, and you're playing shows. You're a better songwriter. Woo! Surprise bonus number 3. When you guys enroll today, I'm also going to give you Facebook marketing mastery for musicians. There's a reason I have 171,000 likes, guys. There's a reason why when I post on Facebook, I get crazy engagement and I make a lot of money on Facebook. I'm going to give you the nuts and bolts of everything to build your fan base on Facebook. Okay? That's for free when you enroll today. You have to work hard to make music your career. If you don't have the time to do it, it's not going to benefit you. To be honest, if you can't make the time while you're still in school or work, you won't make the time once music is your full-time career. I have artists in my coaching program that say, man, I'm going to work today, man. I'm just dreaming about music full-time. I'm like, dude, that's awesome. Just write on your lunch break, work on your lunch break, work, come up with ideas before and after work, but use that money to invest in your career and let's grow it. And one day you will quit your job. Have you ever asked this question, though? Do I have what it takes? Or will this work for me? I've asked myself that question all the time, but check this out. The pain of regret weighs tons. The pain of discipline and investing in yourself weighs ounces. Conquer the fear and take action. I spent New Year's Eve alone once to write because I was committed myself to this craft. And I want to encourage you to commit and enroll today. You've only got access to this and these bonuses for 24 hours. If you just invest 1 hour a day, I promise you, you will change your life. But again, these bonuses are gone in 24 hours. And I want to close with this, guys, and then we're going to take questions. So get your questions ready, and then I'm going to rock those and just answer all your questions, okay? And there is not a wrong question, okay? You cannot ask a stupid question, okay? Today, I do what others won't, so tomorrow you can do what others can't. I was not the most talented artist out of all my friends, but I was willing to put the work in. I was willing to invest my money in my music and my education and making my songs better instead of getting the fancy new, stereo equipment or whatever it is. I invested in my career and my music. And now I can do what others can't because I did earlier what others won't. I want to encourage you to do the same. Launching your career as an artist, how I make over $4,000 a month selling music online, YouTube marketing mastery, Facebook marketing mastery, and Fanbase University 6-month scholarship to that. It's only $9.97, guys. I want to open this up for questions now, and there is not a dumb question, so let's get rocking. Okay, someone's just asking. Yes, you get lifetime access to the courses. Okay, you only have to pay the one-time fee of $9.97 or the 10 months of $100, which is just a monthly payment of $100 every single month. But you only do that once that's paid up. It's done. The Fanbase University, again, that's free for 6 months, and then you can decide if you want to continue on that, but you won't pay anything extra. That's just totally free, and you'll get emailed about those coaching calls. But they happen on the 12th and the 24th, and inside all of the courses, actually, you can ask me questions. So if you're having a problem with something, or you're struggling with something, or you're just like, hey, what should I do? I'm not big onto hey, check out this song, Chris, because it doesn't really matter what I think about it, because if you go through the training and you do these exercises, you're like, look, my music is similar to these artists, and you're boosting it to these people, then you should ask your fans what they think. And you can really tell if people are connecting with your music or not by the likes, by the shares, and by the comments. It doesn't really matter what I think. I can say, it's great, but then you go and put it out there, and then fans don't react to it. And that's the thing. Like I don't know if you've watched some of my videos on YouTube, but I've had even radio promoters be like, "Oh, I love your song, and whatever." And I'm like, "Okay, that's great. I'm glad you love it if I want to work with you. But if you're just telling me you love my song because you want me to give you money so that you can promote my song to radio, but radio doesn't like it because it's the radio stations that are going to add it." Okay, and so you really got to think about, whose opinion, you value. And I'm honored if you value my opinion and you want to ask me what I think. Like, sure, I can say, hey, the production needs to step up or whatnot. And I do help with that in the coaching calls and stuff. If that comes up, if they're like, Chris, I seriously need a critique on this song, then I give that. And that's what I do in the musician makeover and stuff. And most of the times it's either the production that needs to get stepped up, and that's where you got to work with a producer, or sometimes it's just the songwriting. It's making it a catchier verse or a catchier hook. But it really all depends on what you want to make as an artist. It all depends on what you want to make as an artist. And so, guys, I'm still here for questions. Post some more in here. Again, it's only $9.97, and this is limited time only for 24 hours. Okay, and then this offer's gone. You can't get the Fanbase University for 6 months plus the Facebook Marketing Mastery and all these bonuses. Okay, and so that's why I encourage you to enroll today. Okay, and again, coaching call will be on the 12th and 24th of every month, and so you'll get 12 group coaching calls. I mentioned this earlier, but a lot of people ask about YouTube and how that all works with TuneCore and CD Baby and stuff like that. And I again just say choose one or the other. It doesn't really matter which one you use. CD Baby charges a percentage of what you make, where TuneCore charges a yearly fee. And if you're not making at least $1,000 a year with your music, normally I recommend CD Baby because then you won't be paying as much. But if you're paying, if you're making $1,000, then CD Baby is going to take $150 to renew that album, whereas TuneCore, it's like only $50 a year to renew your album and stuff like that. So it's either a percentage basis or a yearly fee or an annual fee. It doesn't really matter. But both of them can do the TuneCore can do the YouTube monetization. Both of them do syncs and help you with syncs. I think CD Baby's sync is a little bit better. I can't really test it now because I've moved everything over to TuneCore, but they use a company called Rumblefish. CD Baby uses a company called Rumblefish, which is really great for just getting those micro syncs. And micro syncs are like all those for those home videos and stuff like that, not just TV film, but the smaller stuff. And again, dimes add up to dollars. And like I said, I've made thousands and thousands of dollars off that dog video because it had millions of views. It's not about the music video. I've made more money probably off some people's videos than I have the music videos that I spend thousands of dollars to make. Yet I'm not making as much money off of that as maybe people's videos out there. So it's really interesting, the multiplication factor. And that's why I want to encourage you to build a brand on YouTube and really grow it. It's my goal this year to grow my YouTube channel to 100,000 subscribers. So that's why you need to learn these YouTube ad strategies and stuff and really get your music out there. But I just want to encourage you guys. You are going to make mistakes. You are going to feel like quitting sometimes. People are going to make fun of you. People are going to reject you, and it's going to suck and it's going to hurt. Pick yourself up and go again. I love what King Solomon said, man. He said, even though a man falls down 7 times, he gets up and goes again. And I know what it's like to fall down on your face and be frustrated. Why is this artist successful? Not me. I'm better than them. You know what? Forget about the comparison mentality and just start looking at them as collaborators. Hey, I want to work with that person. I don't want to compete with them. I want to work with them because they're more successful than me. And you know what? They'll want to do you favors. And it's all about relationships. You meet the same people on the way up that you do on the way down. So again, guys, I want to encourage you. Enroll today. I want to congratulate the students that have already enrolled, and just so proud of you guys for taking action. I look forward to talking to you on the next coaching call. It's going to be awesome. Look forward to answering your questions in there, and I'll be doing more lives like these guys. And but again, you'll see the 24-hour replay. Will be up for a little bit longer to watch this, and then it's coming down. So, hey, appreciate you guys, and I will see you soon.